Hello there, welcome back to another CD collection video. Getting straight into it. This first one I bought literally last weekend, and it should have been involved. It should by alphabet standards, it should have been involved in the last one, but we're gonna start it off with that one, even if it's a bit out of sync. But that is the latest album from Interferum, the Lastic. I bought this album literally a week ago, just after the new year, and I saw it on the shelf and I was like, yes please. This album, when this came out, I thought it was great. It's one of Interferum's best albums. I'd put it like maybe third under Victory Songs and Unsung Heroes, but yeah, this album's really awesome. Run Woman Victory is a great song, and the Run from the Crushing Tide is really cool, and For Sirens is cool. There's a lot of cool songs on this album, so if you're into folk metal and you haven't listened to it, I'd highly recommend checking that one out. It's really cool. Right, now we're back into alphabet standards. Next up we have Iced Earth in Incorruptible. This one, like I say about all of them, this one's cool. I have a special connection with this one because it came out on June 16, 2017, I think. I think it was June 16. That's my birthday. So yeah, it was really cool. The first half of this album is pretty insane. It's so good. Great Heathen Army is about the Viking. You know, if you've watched Vikings, then you know who the Great Heathen Army are. You know, when they came back to avenge themselves for Ragnar's death. And if you haven't seen it, and I've just spoiled it for you, what else did you expect was going to happen? It's history from a long time ago. They're all going to die eventually. But anyway, Black Flag, beautiful pirate song. Raven Wing, awesome. The Veil. Oh, The Veil is such a good, depressingly beautiful song. It's so nice. Seven-Headed Whore is awesome, and then there's a couple of them. Like I say, the second chunk is okay, but then Clear the Way, December 13, 1862, really cool, epic 10-minute song there. So yeah, Iced Earth, Incorruptible, awesome album. I bought that in Australia too, cool. This next one is an album, first debut solo album from, no, it's not solo, debut album from local thrash metal icons, Imperial Slave. I did a review on this album not long after it came out, and if you like thrash, if you like if you like death metal and you like thrash metal, go check this out. I've seen them live. They're insane. This album is brutal. It's so cool. It's still available in the shops, and that's awesome to see. My friend's on the drums, so that's really cool. Great album. Freedom Dies, Imperial Saves, Confirm or Deny. There's just some really great heavy thrash fast songs on here. Really awesome. Go get it. Go listen to it. Spotify it. Okay, now the way I have these next chunk on my shelf are, as I present them to you, they're going to be out of order, but because of the picture that the spines make up, they go backwards. So that's why you're getting this one first and not the first album. Iron Maiden's X Factor. Yeah, we're going to tackle all the Maiden albums now, so it's going to be a big chunk for the rest. But still, that's why, like I said, this is why I'm giving you the X Factor first, because it's got a Eddie at the start of, yeah, it's making the Eddie picture, so that's why we're about to go backwards. But yeah, Iron Maiden's X Factor, Sign of the Cross, Lord of Flies, Fortunes of War, Judgment in Heaven, The Edge of Darkness, The Unbelievable. Some really cool songs on here, but some really bad ones too. Well, not really bad, but just not good. It's not Bruce, it's Blaze. I love it. I love it more than most people do. That album's really cool. Next up, we've got a live one. Maiden A Lie, a real live dead one. This album is weird. It's a weird gig. It's a weird set list. They open, all the songs that you think would be at the end, like today's standards, and at the beginning, they're all, like, at the beginning of their career, they're all at the start of the gigs. Like, they open the show with The Number of the Beast, which I get makes sense, you know, and there's just some really out there songs that you just don't expect to see. Like, Prowler's on here from the first album, Transylvania, Remember Tomorrow, Sanctuary. You know, it's just, it's a double album. That's the first disc, and then the second disc is full of like all the later stuff. From Here to Eternity. When did this come out? 93 or something? Something like that? Yeah. It's a weird album. The mix is weird. I don't often listen to that. Another live one, live at Doncaster from 1992. You can see that's 93. We're going backwards in time. So yeah. Again, another double disc one that I don't really listen to because the production, it just sounds weird. The bass and the drums sound really timid. However, I'll admit that this version of Wrathchild that's on this album is pretty cool. I think it's like the one time it's like the first time I heard Bruce sing Wrathchild the way Paul sang it. I think it's really, I just think that's done nicely. And yeah, not much else is on there other than just all the hits of that time. So yeah, live at Donington, 1992. Studio album now, Fear of the Dark, not my favourite, but of course it's, see, this is what I mean, it makes up the spine, so this is why we're going backwards. Be Quick or Be Dead, From Here to Eternity, and Afraid to Shoot Strangers. Oh, Fear is the Key and Fear of the Dark. Those are probably the only good songs that you are worth talking about on that. So yeah, Fear of the Dark, awesome. My least favourite Iron Maiden album of all time, No Prayer for the Dying from 1990. Literally, Tail Gunner and Holy Smoke. Oh, and No Prayer for the Dying, the song itself. They're the only ones that are like worth listening to. Like, yeah, they're just weirdly placed songs. It's, I don't know. Bring Your Daughter is a silly song, and The Assassin I don't like. So yeah, not my favourite album. Of course, you get the idea of what's coming next. Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. I recently got this one on vinyl. It's in my vinyl update video. But yeah, again, I don't like this era of Maiden, especially this one. People put this album very, very high. This is like the 4th video I've mentioned that I don't like Seventh Son, and I'm just going to keep doing it. I've ranked all of Maiden's. I put this in number 12, so yeah, my Maiden ranking is quite controversial, but it's good fun. I love it. Moonchild, Infinite Dreams, Seventh Son, the song, Only Good Die Young. Like, you know, it's like 50-50 on that one in terms of bad versus good for me. But then the one before that, and the last one for this video, is Somewhere in Time. I love this album. This one got quite high on the ranking, and it deserves it. It's up there with, people roast it because of the difference it came from Power Slave, and it's just like, well, what do you expect? Power Slave took over the world, you know, of course they're going to want to try something a little bit different, but yeah, Caught Somewhere in Time, Wasted Years, Sea of Madness, I don't really care for. Neither do I care for Heaven Can Wait. But all the second half, The Long Distance Runner, Stranger in a Strange Land, Deja Vu, and Alexander the Great, they're both epic songs. They're really, really cool. Don't get talked about nor played enough anywhere. So yeah, that's the end. That's the end of CD Collection Part 4, just 10 albums, so you can gather that the next chunk is going to have a lot of Maiden in it, but then once we get past the Maiden, we can go into some other stuff. So keep an eye out for that. But until that happens, stay inside, and I will see you all again real soon.